The political marriage that defined the 2023 general elections is facing its biggest test yet. And if the signals coming from the north are anything to go by, the honeymoon is officially over. We are seeing cracks in the wall, deep fissures that are threatening to bring down the structure of the ruling party in a region that was crucial to their victory. The headline you saw is not an exaggeration. A major northern group that stood firmly behind President Bola Tinubu has decided to pull the plug. They are packing their bags, they are closing their offices, and they are saying loud and clear that they are done. The group in question is the Tinubu Vanguard, a support group with tentacles spread across all 19 northern states and the Federal Capital Territory. This is not just a small gathering of friends. This is a mobilized network that has now announced the total withdrawal of its backing for President Tinubu and the All Progressive Congress ahead of the 2027 elections. For those who follow the intricate dance of Nigerian politics, you know that the North is the kingmaker. You cannot win the presidency without a solid handshake across the Niger. In 2023, groups like the Tinubu Vanguard were the foot soldiers who made that handshake possible. They went into the villages, they went on the radio, and they convinced the grassroots that this was the way forward. But now, the Director General of the group, Honorable Kamilu Abdullahi Abubakar Maiganji, has come out to say that enough is enough. Speaking at a high-stakes meeting convened to assess their relationship with the federal government, Maiganji dropped a bombshell quote that is already rippling through political circles. He declared, "From today, we have dropped the broom." That phrase is heavy. The broom is not just a cleaning tool. It is the symbol of the APC. To say you have dropped the broom is to say you have abandoned the ideology and the vehicle that brought the current administration to power. The reasons they gave are heartbreaking for anyone who has ever volunteered for a cause. Maiganji cited months of frustration, neglect, and a complete lack of engagement from the administration they helped install. He explained that his members feel used and dumped. They recalled how they spent their personal resources to mobilize support. They didn't wait for money bags from Abuja. They funded the launch in Kano with their own money because they believed in the vision. They organized sustained radio and television programs across Kano State and other parts of the north to shift public opinion. They took the message to the community level, bringing people who had given up on politics back into the fold. And what did they get in return? According to them, absolutely nothing. Maiganji revealed that they didn't even ask for money. All they requested was a venue, security, and accommodation for their invited guests during their events, but even that was not provided. Imagine working tirelessly for a victory, using your own savings to convince your neighbors to vote, and then when the victory comes, the doors are shut in your face. This is the use and dump syndrome that has plagued Nigerian politics for decades, but seeing it play out so publicly with a group named Tinubu Vanguard is a major red flag for the ruling party as we look toward 2027. Now, before we get into the other massive story coming out of Benue State that connects to this crumbling support, I want to take a quick second to ask you a question. Do you think loyalty pays in Nigerian politics? We want to hear your thoughts in the comments. And if you are enjoying this breakdown and want to stay ahead of the political curve, please smash that like button right now. It helps us get this news to more Nigerians. And if you haven't subscribed yet, click that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. You don't want to wake up in 2027 wondering what happened. We are tracking the story as it unfolds right here. Back to the north, the Tinubu Vanguard has stated that they have suspended all political activities linked to the ruling party. They are not jumping ship to another party just yet. They are currently politically homeless by choice. Maiganji said they would only align with a platform that promotes dignity, accountability, and development. They are going back to the drawing board for internal consultations. This is a dangerous moment for the APC because these are the people who know the terrain. If they decide to work against the party, or even if they just decide to stay home, the impact on voter turnout in the north could be catastrophic. But the trouble for the president's camp is not just verbal, it is physical. While the Tinubu Vanguard is withdrawing support in the core north, structures are literally being demolished in the north central. We have reports coming out of Benue State that are just as worrying. Barely 1 week after a grand opening ceremony, part of the campaign office of President Bola Tinubu in Makurdi has been demolished. This is not just any building. This served as the state secretariat of the Ahmed Bola Tinubu support group. It was inaugurated with fanfare, with supporters coming in from neighboring states, only for officials of the Benue State Urban Development Board to pull down the perimeter fence. The timing of this demolition is suspicious and has sparked serious political tension. The facility was convened by Dr. Matthias Biwan, a top official at the Federal Housing Authority. To have a state agency demolish a structure linked to the president of the country suggests a deep disconnect between the state government and the federal support structures. Is this just urban planning, or is it a political message? In Nigerian politics, nothing happens accidentally. When you combine the verbal withdrawal of the Tinubu Vanguard in the northwest with the physical demolition of support structures in the north central, you begin to see a pattern of a region that is becoming increasingly hostile, or at least indifferent to the president's re-election ambitions. The Tinubu Vanguard story resonates with so many because it touches on the economic hardship that is biting hard across the country. Maiganji mentioned prolonged hardship among his members as a key reason for their withdrawal. These are people who likely promised their communities that life would get better. Now, facing the reality of the economy, they can no longer face their people. They are choosing to save their reputation rather than go down with a sinking ship. They said the media outreach they did helped shift public opinion back in 2023, but you cannot shift public opinion on an empty stomach twice. As we move closer to 2027, the ruling party has a lot of firefighting to do. You cannot win an election in Nigeria without the North. That is a mathematical fact. If groups like Tinubu Vanguard are leaving, it opens the door for opposition parties to swoop in and pick up these experienced mobilizers. These are people who know how to win a polling unit. They know how to talk to the market women and the youth. Losing them is like losing the engine of your car while trying to win a race. The question now is, will the presidency react? Will they reach out to Honorable Maiganji and try to mend fences, or will they dismiss them as just another disgruntled group? The demolition in Benue also needs answers. Was it authorized by the governor? Is there a rift we don't know about? The political landscape is shifting beneath our feet. Alliances are breaking and new ones will likely form. But for today, the headline remains that the North is sending a warning signal that cannot be ignored. The broom has been dropped, and picking it back up might be harder than anyone thinks.